It is a great thing to know you are locked on to QTV, where you definitely experience home. I go by the name DJ Flowboy, and I'm your host for today's The Hit Wave. On today's show, I have somebody in the studio with me who is a dancehall artist, who is actually beginning in the dancehall industry, and he goes by the name Chizzy Ranking. How are you doing, Chizzy Ranking?
I'm alright, how are you doing?
Good.
Thanks.
Good to have you on the Hit Wave.
Yeah, thanks. It's an honor.
Yeah, so Chizzy, just tell us more about who really Chizzy Ranking is.
Well, alright, Chizzy Ranking basically is just a reggae dancehall artist based in Lusaka, you know. Yeah, just working on various projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more of where your journey of music comes from and why dancehall and reggae music.
Okay, basically when I started, it started with a bit of rap, you know, because I didn't really find out who I was by then. But then just a love for dancehall, and it took me in a certain career path, such that I have to quit other things, you know, just to focus on my music.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just decided and said, okay, great, let me now try out dancehall. But obviously for you to get into dancehall from hip-hop, like you're saying, there must have been something that made you discover that you could also do dancehall. What really made you want to switch to such lines of music?
Well, okay, I can just basically say it's versatility. I'm a very versatile artist, you know what I mean? So when it comes to my music, I explore different things.
Okay.
But then I just fell in love with dancehall because of its background and its impact also. And I'm a real dancehall and reggae fan.
Okay, great.
Yes.
That's a great thing. So as an uprising dancehall artist in the country, what would you say dancehall music is right now?
Okay, right now, all I can say is that dancehall music is okay. We're trying. I can say we're trying, as a nation, musically in dancehall, we're trying. I can't. If we talk about reggae, reggae is there's a very reggae strong community in Zambia, so the vibes are always positive. But when it comes to dancehall, people are lost somehow.
Okay.
Really.
Somehow lost.
Yes.
I wonder how. What do you mean lost? In what
Okay,
way?
in the sense that they don't really stay original, most of them, to dancehall music, you know, because dancehall music has a very rich background, and you need someone that really understands the genre, and mostly just it has to sink in you. Yes.
Okay, so you as an uprising dancehall artist, do you see any competition right now in this dancehall industry?
Well, right now, I can say on my part, I don't see any kind of competition at all, because I'm always competing with myself first of all, you know. So I'm always trying to be the best I can be, each and every time, every day.
Okay.
You get. So I work extra hard, and I don't think really there's much competition.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So from where you began from, obviously at the step of dancehall, you obviously have some artists that you listen to or you look forward to. Tell me more of how you actually just decided to actually just get into it. Is there someone who inspired you directly to say, okay, great, I want to make this move into dancehall?
Actually, it was like it's actually a personal decision, a personal step that I took. You know what I mean? I just decided to say, okay, from now on, this is just what I'm going to do, because I believe that's what I'm meant to do.
Okay.
So this is what I'm doing, reggae and dancehall.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So, reggae, dancehall musician, going up from the hip-hop side of things. So, how many songs have you done, and when exactly did you begin this dancehall move?
Okay, originally, I can say right around 2014.
Okay.
You get, so from 2014, the movement was active. Radio Nation, you know. So Radio Nation is just a movement, you know, that I'm leading for a good cause, because I think most dancehall artists don't really reveal the message that's supposed to be revealed.
Okay.
Be it
When you say message, what
Yes.
particular message are you revealing yourself as a dancehall artist?
I believe for you to truly understand and enjoy dancehall music, lyrics play a very important role too. What are you trying to say? If it's a party theme song, you know, what are you trying to say still? If it's conscious, you know, so that's why versatility comes in. You need to balance up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, according to you, you have not found any versatility in terms of the dancehall music you listen to right now in our country.
Okay, I can't entirely outrule, you know. There are very good dancehall artists in here. I have come to learn and appreciate, you know. But just as Zambia as a nation, it's really moving at a real slow pace. I'm seeing some slackness, you know. So this is how I'm working hard.
Okay.
Also.
Okay.
Yes.
So what change do you intend to bring yourself as a dancehall artist, since you are seeing a lot of hiccups in our dancehall industry of music?
Sorry, you can repeat your question.
So what type of change,
yes,
you as a dancehall artist are you planning to bring, since you say you see hiccups in our dancehall industry?
Yeah, actually, it's quite simple. It's quite simple. I have the skill which is God given. I really appreciate. So I'll just use my ability, my potential, my energy as a youth to drive dancehall in a very positive way.
Okay.
Yes, positive, like I just mentioned, talking about all the aspects. Yes.
Okay. There's been a lot that has been actually brought in, or some reputation that has been shown in the eye of a lot of people when it comes to dancehall and reggae artists. People think, no, reggae and dancehall artists have got bad vibes in terms of they're out there brutal, they smoke a lot.
Okay.
What would you really say about that?
No, actually, it's music at the end of the day. You know, you see big respectable men attending a reggae concert because they appreciate the music, not because they smoke weed or do anything bad. So it's just pure good music, which is meant to be enjoyed by everyone.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. So, what are we looking at in terms of you this year? You have begun your industry since the year 2014.
Yes.
What are we looking at you in terms of moving forward with your music as Chizzy Rankin?
I'm looking, like I said earlier, I'm looking at various projects. I'm constantly working on new music because things change every day. It's a fast-paced world. So I also have to put in the work in terms of running road, you know, do the show performances, do everything, utilize my energy and do what I'm supposed to do as a dancehall artist.
Okay.
Yes.
So are we looking at any videos, anything that people would definitely expect from you this year?
Yes, actually, I'm currently working on a video. I won't disclose much yet about it because I just worked on a new song and now we're just working on a new video.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. What particular studios are you working with, or people that are actually behind the support of Chizzy Rankin?
Well, okay. When I started, you know, you have to actually see some renowned people. But one person that I can just mention that I started from recording was Paul Cruz.
Okay.
He's a very good producer. And then from there, like I said, Radio Nation is a movement. So right now, I'm currently signed under myself.
Oh, okay.
So I'm recording my own music. We have our own record label. Yes.
Okay, so basically Radio Nation, you have mentioned it twice now. So Radio Nation is basically a record label that is...
No, actually, Radio Nation is a movement. It's a movement I'm leading. It's a movement of people, you know, because the fans need to have something to believe in. So I'm setting a standard and good values. Okay. You get. And then Radio Music Group. That's the record label now. That's where I produce my music.
Okay, so you are leading a couple of people in this movement called Radio Nation.
Yeah, I can say, yeah, I'm leading them, but without them, I can't function, not even one bit. So Radio Nation starts from my personal team that helps me with the day-to-day running of the music. and then it also extends to the fans. You know, that's Radio Nation now.
Okay.
You get.
Great. No,
Yes.
I understand. So you, as a dancehall artist, reggae artist, any musicians in our country that have actually you would think or you'd want to work with in terms of your music?
Okay, I would like to actually work with some good artists, you know. I would like to diversify my music, so I would like to work with different people, starting from people that sing hip hop to R&B to Kalindula music, you know, because it's
That would
like
be a
that.
nice combination. You might
Yes.
mean Kalindola, dancehall
Of course,
combination at the same time. But then I've never heard of such type of combination.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like in our country, the dancehall scene has been quite critical, like you have seen from the Petersons. That actually came into it, the DJ Cosmos, the what. So
Yes.
I feel right now the movement is quite slow, like you said. So I don't know with the difference that you would want to bring in. I don't know, these guys that are also there working, wouldn't you love to also step in the studio with them and just do something as well?
Definitely, I would like to step in the studio with legends. If I talk about Peterson personally, I think he's a legend with what he's done, because he's created the legacy that he's still leading on. So I respect that, and I would like to work with people like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the dancehall fraternity, how do you also rate people like J-Rocks? I'll just ask you. How do you rate people like Kaladoshas? How do you rate these guys?
Okay, me not go talk much about the people in the same industry, you know. But what I can say is, you know, we're here on this earth as musicians to produce good music, and the industry has to be competitive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you as an upcoming uprising dancehall artist, are we looking at you doing any album, mixtape, EP? What are we looking at in terms of you this year in those lines of music?
Okay, last year I was working on an EP, but this year I'm currently working on an album that should
Okay.
be released just later this year.
Oh,
Yes. So, like I said, I'm working on various projects. It's non-stop, just putting in the work and getting it, you know.
okay.
Yes.
Have you had any performances, shows where people have actually seen you do one or two things in terms of your music?
Yeah, I actually started somewhere around 2015, you know. Been visiting different places, you know. You get gigs to different events, you know, from birthday parties to, you know, closing bashes, school bashes, you know. And then I've also made, as Radio Nation, as a team, we've also made a couple of shows
Okay.
that we just, you know, we say, let's do this, and then we put up a show for people also.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So are you still looking at putting up a couple of shows this year as well?
Yes, I have a couple of shows lined up this year.
Okay.
I'm seeking to do a lot this year. So there's a lot of work cut out. I'm looking at that.
Okay, great. So, Chizzy Rankin, it's actually exciting to have a dancehall artist who's actually just explaining themselves on how really basically their music is working in terms of here. But then, did you find this industry quite, because a lot of uprising musicians kind of find it quite difficult to push their music. They say there's a hindrance
Okay.
on getting on radio, getting on TV. But how do you find it yourself as an uprising artist? Do you find it quite challenging?
Not really. The only challenge is just not working hard, you know. And like I said, it all starts with God, you know. It's God who can lead the way, who can lead your path, you know what I mean. And you have to do your very best also to live in line with God. You get?
So it's to do with the line of having God first.
Yeah, I think those are principalities that will really take you far for a very long time.
Okay, so we're looking at legends. I'm going to ask you, getting back to legends.
Okay.
Look at Bob Marley, look at reggae artists like, the Damian Marley's, the what. Do you also get to listen to those? And
Actually, that's where the inspiration comes from.
Okay.
You know, people like Bob Marley, you know, Peter Tosh, Gregory Isaacs, the list is endless. To dancehall artists like Shabba Ranks, Burro Banton, Supercat, list is endless. I enjoy dancehall music, you know. It, like I said earlier, it has to sink in you. And if really you're meant to do it, you're going to prove it.
Wow, I love that statement. If really you are meant to do it, you are going to prove it. That is indeed a very, very interesting statement that you have actually made there. But then, get back to the competition. You know, we have hip hop, we have R&B going on. We've got a lot right now. But the music of the dancehall scene is quite still not too competitive. I don't know how you find it yourself.
Yeah, this is where I come in now. I'm that, you know, that person to fill the gap, to fill that space, because I've been working. You know, my works are recognized, even internationally. You know, I can say I have a small following in Ghana. You know, people rate my music there too.
Okay.
So, and a few other places. So you work from in and out. You need to provide good music that can be appreciated worldwide. And I think that's what music is all about.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So other than music, for the fans that are going to look up to you or that are looking up to you, what else would you bring out for them as a dancehall musician?
They can just expect the unexpected. And, you know, out of this world, something that you can't imagine, everything expected from me. Because, like I said, I'm a versatile artist, but then I also have limits and boundaries. So you can't cross certain lines, or else you just get in trouble. You know, and
Trouble.
create. You know, it's a bad name. You can't even do shows internationally if you have a police record or something.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, true.
gang-related things, you know, yeah, that doesn't really play well with you enjoying and earning a living as a musician. Yes.
So far, how have the people around you or the people who have actually heard your music rated it in terms of your own explanation? I would love to know how your music is being rated.
Okay. The reception is massive. This is one of the major reasons why I'm still doing this, and I will never stop until I die. You know, because the response is just it's wow. You know, from real people saying real things. You know, you can be able to tell if someone is just sugarcoating because they probably want to gain something from you. But you can tell from someone who's genuine. You know, you can just tell to say, okay, thank you. I'm always humbled most of the times.
Okay, great. So on a personal note, it has been of an issue for most uprising musicians when it comes to them getting into music. And me and you once had a personal talk on this one, away from here. You mentioned the possibility of family.
Okay.
Yeah. You said family has got a hard time accepting what your music is like. And I've come across some upcoming or uprising musicians who say, no, I'm not being supported by family. Family actually just doesn't want me to do this. But then how is that for you?
Actually, you just really need to take a second thought about it before you really jump into conclusions. It could be any career someone is pursuing. I think parents shouldn't kill dreams. They should support dreams with hard work, coupled with hard work and the right way. You get, instead of criticizing someone and letting them do something else that they'll probably regret for the rest of their lives. You see, you look back and say, I didn't do this. But then I think, you know, despite it, that's always there. I've had a few personal experiences, but then that shouldn't stop me from being who I am and staying true to myself and working hard enough to attain my goal.
Okay, great. So Definitely, that's interesting because that has been a problem for quite a while for a lot of uprising talents that would want to do music or do something else. They kind of find it hard. So,
Yes.
other than music, is there anything else that you're actually engaged in?
Like right now, not really. I can't say in terms of in the entertainment industry, but like I said, I'm versatile. I'm open to most things that I feel are acceptable to me. So I'm looking to diversify as time goes by and venture into different things. Like, for example, I've already started with this movement has come a clothing line.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so people can actually look up for gear to buy. You know,
Okay.
that's Radio Nation. You know.
Okay, so
Yes.
Chizzy Rankin has not just come out with the music for his fans or his followers. He's also actually come with a clothing line. That's an awesome thing. You know, most uprising musicians don't have that stance or that type of move to actually just step into the industry with something that people could actually recognize them for
Yeah,
or
true.
come to see what they actually have. So getting to your, I'd love to get a bit personal with you in terms of dance hall. Do you have a dance hall queen? Or someone we could call Mrs. Ranking.
Okay. Definitely, this is the word meant to be enjoyed. So, I'm currently with someone, you know, but those are personal issues that can't even be disclosed. So I'll just keep that to myself, and we focus on me as an artist and my music and my goodness that I can provide.
Okay,
Good.
great. No, because, you know, most of the times people find it hard. You find maybe family is also distracting you. You find also that special somebody also
Yeah.
doesn't just want you to do
True.
what you want to do. But then, you know, it's important that you get to find out how much these people also support you in terms of your music as well, because it helps you grow
Yes.
as you as an upcoming artist. Yeah. So I don't know. It has been an issue also for most uprising musicians that it's quite hard to actually get a connection to somebody out there to actually bring out your music. I don't know, you as a person who has been in this industry, I don't know how that has worked out for you in terms of trying to sell out yourself as Chizzy, trying to bring yourself out there. How's that worked out for you?
Okay, I can say it's just working out very well for me. Fortunately, I just happen to be one of those people because everything I pursue it turns to fruition. You know what I mean? So I only hope for the best, and I know that I'm moving in the right direction.
Okay.
Yes.
So currently, how many songs have you done?
I have done a lot of songs. A lot of songs, great music to look out, you know, for both, you know, young and old, you know. The older people, the older community, they can also listen to my music. So it's a wide variety of a lot of songs.
Okay, great. So let me just get for someone who's actually just watching, does not seen a video, does not seen anything from one of your songs. Could you just give me a little bit of an acapella so someone could just hear how you actually just sound in terms of that dance hall feel?
Well, alright, man a ragadaga muffin from Radio City. Me come from a land of simplicity, respect and love originality. Light up the air, prayer, levity. But the system it not straight full of hypocrisy. Boom. A lot
Okay.
of freestyles, man.
Okay, great. That's some wild freestyle. So that is Chizzy Rankin and his style, as you can feel it. I'm loving how you're definitely just coming out with it. But then if you listen to his music, you would obviously just feel some type of way. So anyway, Rankin, I don't know what last words or words you'd love to tell people out there who have actually just seen you and would love to know more about you, or how they could definitely find you and all that and find your music.
Well, alright, since Radio Nation, Chizzy Ranking were already here, you can look out for everything, you know, starting from music videos, everything that's nice, you know. So you can expect a lot from me. And now that we're here, we're moving forward, we're not stopping. Yes.
There's a word, before I actually just let go, there's a word that I always hear in dancehall songs that dancehall musicians love abusing. There's that word, what's that word again? there's a certain word that people mostly use in dance hall. There's a girl. I don't know if it's a girl's name or it's whose name. There's a name that you use mostly that sounds female-ish in your dance hall songs. I don't know if you could get where I'm going to. There's this word I always hear. It's kind of okay. It's gone. But then this question I've always wanted to ask a dancehall musician because it has always triggered me. There's a word that you guys always use when you're actually in your flows, and it's always inside. You've also used it a lot, and I've heard a lot of artists use it, but it's just gone. I don't know why, I just can't remember it.
Okay, so there are a lot of words, a lot of phrases, so I'm sure when you get to it...
Is it common for a dancehall artist to have the same phrases?
Okay.
Or why is it that phrases for dancehall and reggae artists, they have phrases that are mostly used by them?
Okay, it's generally like it's actually a language. It's Jamaican, patois, So it's just something. It's like it's a different language. You get, so when you understand it and you can translate to people. So you find that dancehall artists who use similar phrases, because mostly maybe they will be talking about something similar or similar experiences.
Okay.
But then you have to be versatile.
Okay, so what are some of the meanings of those phrases? Because you'd wonder, I've just forgotten these words. I hear these words in most dancehall songs, but then at this point right now, it's just flipped my mind. But then I hear certain phrases, and those phrases sometimes you'd wonder, what is he trying to say, or what does he mean there?
Okay, some phrases could be...
Kill them say. Oh, and then you wonder, what is he saying? What are those?
Okay,
phrases?
It sounds somehow strange when you're getting acquainted with dancehall for the first time. You get, but these certain phrases, as you listen to more dancehall songs, you get to understand what someone is trying to say. It all goes back to the lyrical content and the message. But at the same time, there's these catchphrases. They could be sarcastic. Some of them, they differ because.
Now that reminds me, I've been remember the word I was trying to actually figure out.
Okay.
Olipadem. I hear this. I don't know what Olipadem means. I hear this in most dancehall songs. You hear like Olipadem. What Olipadem? Is that a girl's name? So
no,
what?
No,
I've always tried to understand.
No, it's Wolip is like a lot. Like Wolip or Abaga. Abaga things, Wolipa things. So you're talking about something in a multitude, like a lot of things. Wolipa things, them. A lot of things to talk about. You can say them have Abaga things featured both. You see, so it just means they have a lot of things to say.
Also, Olipada means a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been the Heat Wave and my guy Chizzy Rankin. Thanks a lot for coming through, man.
Thanks.
I've had an awesome time with you right here. Thanks a lot. So you could catch us next time for another edition of the Heat Wave. I have been I Flowboy with my guest Chizzy Rankin. Thanks a lot.